Ben Whittaker, we're back here again. It's only been a few days and he's already got an opponent. Well done to Matchroom. I did say that I don't think they'll get him out this year. There was more than enough time to get him out. And just because the announcement's only just been made, it doesn't mean that the whole time leading up to that announcement, he hasn't been training. So he could have been ready to fight now. But I thought they'll give it some time and maybe in the new year, it's Ben Whittaker time. But no, immediately, we've got an opponent. Ben Gavasi, I think that's how you pronounce the name. He's the opponent to be in the opposite corner to Ben Whittaker on, I believe, the 29th of November. So it's a quick turnaround. Ben Gavasi is going to be the next opponent for Ben Whittaker. Now, I said in my last video, how are they going to be matching Ben? Are they going to give him some gimmies? Is it going to be opponents that we've never heard of? What's going to happen with him? Honestly, I don't know much about Ben Gavasi. I just know that he's on an unbeaten run of 19 fights. His record, I believe, is 19 wins, 1 loss. Who are these 19 wins? Are there any recognized names on that list? To be honest, most of the names on that list you won't know. He hasn't really fought outside of Germany. I think maybe once or twice he's fought outside of Germany from memory. But he mostly fights in Germany against other German and European opponents that you may not be aware of. So it's hard to gauge how good he is. We do know that this fight is for the WBC Silver Championship. So there's a title of sorts on the line. I'm not really a fan of these silvers and golds and interims and like it gets too confusing. Like one, maybe two. It's just too much. But I said in the previous video, will he be fighting recognized top tier opponents leading up to world contention? Or will he be fighting a bunch of Europeans that we've never heard of? In steps Benjamin. Ben v. Ben. All the Bens. Ben left Ben and is now fighting Ben. Too many Bens in this game. So what should we expect from this fight? I don't know. It should be a Whittaker win, but I don't know. But what I will say is I'll give Matchroom the benefit of the doubt for this fight as it's the first one. But after that, we want to see bigger fights. We want to see him looking towards a Buatsi, looking towards a Callum Smith. He probably won't take these fights just yet, and I wouldn't blame him. But we're looking and heading in that direction. Callum Smiths, Buatsis, Yards. And next fight, Dan Aziz. That's a good fight for him to have. Why not fight Dan Aziz? That would be an interesting fight, and it will give us a good understanding of where exactly he is. He almost came unstuck against Hammerin, and if I'm being honest, I think he wanted out of that first fight. So going into the second fight, I was like, well, we know that he can't punch. We know that he got himself out of that first fight. So what do we expect from Ben Whittaker now? And then he put on a devastating display in the rematch with Cameron. I think the fight against Dan Aziz will be a good one. But even better than that, and an easy fight for Matchroom to sell, Lewis Edmondson. He's got to do it. There's no reason why they shouldn't make that fight. They don't have to sell it. It sells itself. Lewis has been on his neck for years. Make the fight. Eddie, you've got one fight to muck about with Ben Whittaker. Then we want to see him in proper fights leading up to world contention. 29th of November, Ben Whittaker is on Matchroom. And the rumor is that there's going to be another fight taking place on the same night on a different channel. That channel is the BBC. The other Ben's come back. Too many Bens, I keep telling you. He left Ben. He's fighting against Ben. And on the same night, the other Ben, who he left, is back with his own show on the BBC. So if you don't know, the BBC have pulled the fight between TKV and Fraser Clark that should have been happening on the same day as Joseph Parker versus Fabio Wardley. I believe it's TKV that might be injured, and apparently the whispers are that it's going to be rescheduled for November 29th. Now, the thing with that is, when Ben announced his fight with TKV and Fraser Clark, his first show on the BBC to take place on the same day as Frank Warren's show with Joseph Parker and Fabio Wardley, I thought it was crazy. But at the same time, I do understand that you are limited in the days available to you. You might be able to get this date, you might not be able to get that date, and the small amount of dates available might clash. And it's a nightmare because between Queensberry and Matchroom, they put on a lot of shows. So it's really limited the windows of opportunity. And you can't really be dictated by Queensberry and Matchroom. But at the same time, you don't really want to clash. But considering this has happened with the Joseph Parker and the Fabio Wardley fight, it's crazy that he would take that fight from that date where it clashes and put it on another date where it clashes. Has he thought this through? But to be fair, these are only whispers. We don't know. What we do know is Ben is fighting on November 29th. We're looking forward to it. Ben should come through it. And I want to see what happens with Ben after this. Will he get a knockout? He got a knockout in his last one. Is he now a power puncher? What we thought about Ben before is, he can't punch. He's got great boxing skills, but he can't punch. But his last fight, he found a punch. Will he be doing it again? Does Ben knock out Ben? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. I'll be back soon.